Hey everybody, welcome back to Runaway Roses. Today I'm going to do a nice little OEM upgrade to my 2024 Ram 2500. This may not apply to every Ram truck out there, but it will apply to some, so stick around and check it out. So I got a nice little upgrade I'm going to do to our truck. I'm excited about that. Again, our truck is a 2024 Ram 2500 tradesman model, so it's a little bit more of a work truck kind of package on it, so there are some features that it doesn't have. And so one of the features that it doesn't have, and that is a soft open tailgate. So when I open this tailgate, it just wants to drop all the way down. You know, it's a little bit rough, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a strut dampener in the truck. So this is actually the factory OEM strut dampener, and they do make some aftermarket versions, and they basically go in between the tailgate and the side. Most of them on the driver's side, as far as I know. And I have used those in the past, and they actually work quite well. But with this truck having the parts that are needed to just add the strut dampener for the factory strut dampener, why not just add that? So I got this actually off Mopar.com. It took a tremendously long time for me to get it. They actually do offer it on Amazon, so I'll put a link to the Amazon link down below. It would have been, I think, like $5 more if I had just bought it on Amazon, but it actually took me like 6 weeks to get it off Mopar.com, so I can't necessarily say that I would recommend it, but I did end up getting it. Again, I'll put the link for Amazon. You'll get it a little bit quicker, hopefully. But this is the OEM style, and it goes right behind the driver's or passenger side tailgate or tail lamp. So what I'm gonna have to do is pull the tail light off the back of the truck. There are some mounts that the Ram already has mounted back there, so all we have to do is just pop this on, and then we'll have the factory strut dampened rear tailgate. So let's get into it. Pulling the tail light out is actually very easy. There's just two little T25 screws on this side over here, so we'll just pull those out, and then there's basically the tail light just kind of has some clips over here on the right side, so you just have to, once you pull the screws out, just pull the tail light back and it comes right off. Alright, and now that I got the two screws out, I'm just going to basically grab the tail light. You can see it's loose here, so it's just kind of being held over here on this right side. You just have to pull it straight back. Just kind of clips in. And then you can actually unplug it here. So let me go ahead and do that. There you go. Tail light's off. Let me show you what we got inside. So inside, behind the tail light, you can see that little mount right there with that little ball on it, and then there's actually another one deep down in there. See if I can get enough light on it for you to see it. And so basically the strut dampener will just connect to those two little mounts right there, one there and then one on down in there. You can get to the bottom one from underneath. So here's the strut dampener. Just have to pull these clips off. There's a clip on each end. So once we pull those off, get a screwdriver. It's just like a strut dampener for under a hood, car hood, or you know, something like that, or SUV on the rear hatch. It's the same principle. Same little mount with the ball up there. So we'll pull those clips off, slide the dampener onto the mounts behind the tail light, and hopefully it won't be too hard. Let's get to it. So the bottom mount is accessible from behind the underneath the tail light. There's a hole there, as you can see, and it's just right in there. Let me see if I can get flashlight on it. They're both accessible. The bottom one is a little trickier to get to because you have to get underneath the truck, but it's really not that bad. You can reach up in there and just kind of feel it, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and take the clips off. It's a clip on each end, and there's a little slot here. I'm using a smaller screwdriver as a slot where you basically can just kind of pry the clip out. I will probably try to leave them somewhat on so that I can, that way, there you go, kind of see. I'm just gonna kind of leave it up but not take it all the way off because they can be kind of tricky to get on once they come off. See if I can open it a little bit more. So that's that one there. Go ahead and do the other one. So that way, once the clips are sticking up, we can just slide the end of it on under the ball right there on both ends. And then once it's on the ball, just push the clip shut to lock it in place. I'm going to put the bottom side on first, and then try to pull up and put the front or the top one on. I am going to drop it down in from the top, so that way it's somewhat in position. I can actually get the top one on right there just to hold it. There you can see the bottom of the strut mounted to the bottom ball mount. It's kind of dark, but you can see it just right down there underneath the bottom corner of the truck. So now you can see I have the bottom one clipped on, and the top one, all I have to do is just pop it right on that ball mount. I did spread the strut apart, so before I dropped it down in there. So now all I have to do is just push it over the ball mount like that, and just push this clip back in place. Mounted to the bottom ball mount and the upper ball mount. There it is, the strut dampener's in. Let's try out the tailgate. Nice and smooth. Like that a lot. Now this strut dampener was about $50. I think it's about $50 on Amazon, plus tax or whatever. So not bad for a factory OEM upgrade. That seems like Ram could have just thrown that in. It probably would have cost them hardly anything. But at least the mount was back there, so you can get the part. Nice little upgrade for Ram tradesmen or any other truck that Ram truck that doesn't have that. May want to look into that nice little upgrade. I'm gonna go ahead and get the taillight back together and wrap this thing up and get on to the next project. Here are the little mounts for the tail light, so they just basically kind of slides over each of those little mounts. So that's what holds it on the side, and then the screws on the inside. Well, as much as we go camping, I'm in and out of the back of the truck all the time with our camping gear, getting stuff out, putting stuff in. It's gonna be nice to have the dampened tailgate where you just pop it and just comes down nice and smooth, because sometimes you got stuff in your hands, you just kind of reach over there and grab it kind of thing. Don't want it to slam down. So I am really looking forward to enjoying a nice smooth tailgate again. Hope this video helps somebody. Please like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget the links are going to be down below for the strut dampener if you want to get one of those. Check that out, and see you next time on Runaway Roses. Bye bye.